I never thought this would happen. But someone claimed the monster of Florence was still alive. And just one day later, they disappeared. His name was Carlo DiNucci, a local journalist who'd spent years investigating the Monster of Florence case. One night, on a live broadcast, he said, "I heard the killer's voice just last week near the old forest." Everyone laughed. The police called it a hallucination. But the next day, he was gone. No calls, no trace, no body. Only his car was found, engine running, on a road that leads to nowhere. In this video, you're going to find out what he heard that night, what made the police try to clear their own name, and why no one has ever dared to play his final recording. So stay with me till the end of this video, because what you're about to hear is the sound no one was ever meant to hear. 2:47 a.m. Carlo DiNucci, the journalist who'd spent years chasing the monster case, made his final call. With a trembling voice, he said, "That sound's back again, from the same direction, the forest." And just before the line went dead, a faint breath could be heard from behind him. The police said it was just the wind, but the call recording tells a different story. 30 seconds later, his phone went dark. The last signal came from the same place where the final murder happened years ago. When they found his car, the recorder was still on, and on the tape, only one sentence played. If you're hearing this, it means he's awake again. The police said the tape was just static, but when an audio expert examined it, he heard something. Every few seconds, a faint whisper appeared, like someone speaking very close to the mic. When the audio was slowed down, a clear phrase emerged: "Don't look behind you." Carlo's voice was on the tape too. He asked, "Who are you? How do you know my name?" Then came a long, uneven breath, right next to the microphone, like someone trying not to laugh. In the final second, a dry, mechanical chuckle was heard. Something between a human laugh and an old tape recorder glitch. Frequency analysis confirmed the sound matched the same file from the dark web, the one police had dismissed as fake. That night, the recording was erased from official evidence, but one officer made a copy and hid it in his pocket. If you've enjoyed the video so far, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next ones. His name was Marco Bellizzi, the officer who secretly took the audio file from the system. The next morning, he told a colleague, "If I disappear, it means Carlo was right." 3 days later, his car was found by the sea, door open, headlights still on. On the passenger seat lay a brown envelope with another tape inside. Written on it were the words, "For the one who listens, not the one who hears." When the police played it, all they heard was the sound of waves until the final minute. Then Marco's voice came through. He's not just after witnesses, he's after listeners. His voice cut off and the tape ended. He was never seen again. No body, no evidence, only silence. And since that day, no officer has ever dared to play the original recording again. After Marco's disappearance, the case wasn't closed, just buried. Another journalist, Sophia Lenti, picked it up, claiming she had the second tape. The next day, police officially summoned her for questioning. But the interrogation wasn't filmed. Only a short audio clip survived. In it, an officer asks, "Where did you get the file?" And Sophia answers, "He sent it to me himself," in Marco's own voice. A few seconds of silence follow. Then the sound of a clock chime exactly 3:07 a.m. That same cursed time. The recording cuts off. No further report of the interrogation exists. 2 days later, security cameras showed Sophia leaving the station. But she never made it home. 3 weeks after Sophia disappeared, an anonymous email was sent to several journalists. It contained only one sentence: "I'm the third copy." Attached was a video file named Florence3am.move. In the footage, a dark room could be seen. The same infamous room, but with one difference. This time, no one was sitting in the chair. Only the mask lay on the table. The light flickered every few seconds, and faint tapping sounds came from the corner of the room. Then a familiar voice spoke. "You're not just a listener anymore. You're part of the file now." The image began to shake, as if the camera itself was breathing. In the final frame, a shadow passed in front of the lens, wearing the same boots as the Florence police. And then the video ended. When the cybersecurity team examined the email, they discovered the IP address had come from inside the Florence Police Department. But something even stranger. The timestamp showed 3:07 a.m. exactly. The system that sent it had been declared inactive 3 years earlier. Someone or something had sent a message from a dead server. When they dug into the logs, only one name remained: El Bianchi, the same officer listed as missing in the official reports. The lead investigator said, "Maybe someone's using his identity." 5 minutes later, the entire floor lost power. When the system came back online, every monitor displayed the same image: a white mask with a flickering line beneath it. "I'm still in the system." That night, officers reported hearing whispers coming from the server room. And by morning, one computer had turned itself on, with a single file open on the desktop: Florence_4am.mp4. The only person who remained after the incident was Major Vittorio Rossi. He'd been in the server room that night and claimed he saw something he couldn't explain. He said the lights went out, but a shadow was moving between the cables. Rossi reported that the thing could mimic the voices of his colleagues. Every time someone called his name, the same voice answered from right behind him. 3 days after the incident, Rossi filed for immediate retirement. Before leaving, he left an audio file on the police chief's desk. He only said 2 sentences. "It's not a person, it's a voice. And wherever someone listens, it wakes up." The file was deleted from the system right after. No one ever claimed to have listened to it. Weeks after Rossi's disappearance, an independent journalist named Matteo Laurenti received the file Florence 4am.mp4 from an anonymous source. The footage showed a room filled with case folders and photos of the victims, but on the wall, only one name was written: Vittorio Rossi, the same surviving officer who once said, "It's not a person, it's a voice." Matteo analyzed the audio and discovered that part of the so-called monster's voice perfectly matched Rossi's own vocal pattern. It meant the killer hadn't just been alive. He'd been inside the investigation all along. The police dismissed it as fake, but the next day, Matteo's body was found in his car, headphones still in his ears, and on the car's recorder, a single sentence kept playing: "You shouldn't have said my name." 2 months later, the Florence Police Central server came back online for no apparent reason. Experts said the system had powered itself on without any human command. When the screens lit up, the same message was flashing again: "I'm still in the system." But this time, it wasn't just in Florence. Dozens of official police accounts around the world began posting the same sentence simultaneously. Social media flooded with clips showing the white mask and that deep, distorted voice. No one ever traced where the file was being broadcast from or who was behind it. Only one thing was certain: the voice was back, and this time, it was online. A few days after that global broadcast, a team of specialists analyzed the file, frame by frame. In one of the audio waves, they found a strange pattern. When they reversed the sound, a sentence came through that made everyone's skin crawl: "I wasn't only in Florence." Analysts realized the sound's frequency matched the police radio band, meaning someone or something had injected itself into official networks. From that night on, strange reports poured in from across Europe. Officers said their wireless devices would turn on by themselves, and a breathing sound came through, exactly like the one on Carlo's tape. In one recorded call, a French officer shouted, "It's not just a file, it's responding." After that call, no signal was ever recorded from him again. Experts said they needed to reset the entire global system. But just before they could pull the plug on all servers, a final message appeared. You all heard, so you are all chosen. The image faded, and then silence. But someone behind the scenes watched that video. Someone preparing the next episode. In the next video, we'll follow an unknown file hidden in the new layers of the internet. A file that each time it's played adds one more name to the victim's list. And this time, the next name might be yours.